Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Akil Taher, and this is what we are going to prepare today. We have a tofu scramble with mushrooms on a whole grain toast using no oil at all. And so I want people to enjoy this nutritious, protein-packed fiber, and that is so good not only for your body, but also for your taste buds. So let me give you the ingredients. What we have is a block of firm or extra firm tofu, which you can get anywhere in any of the produce stores. Then we have the mushrooms. These are the ordinary shiitake mushrooms, which I have used. This should be about 2 cups of it. Then we go for cumin. Cumin is going to help us start the whole process. We have the smoked paprika over here. We have the turmeric, a little bit of garlic, along with the onions, and we combine this paprika and the turmeric. So what we are now going to do is start with the cumin. But before that, let's just go over here and heat up the non-sticking pan and keep it to a medium. Just let it heat for a while, and we'll roast our cumin seeds. Should not take more than a minute or so. So here are your cumin seeds, which go in, and just stir it up a little bit, roast it. How do you know that it's good enough? Is you'll start getting the aroma. So this is your no oil to be used. This is how it is. So we let it be for at least about a minute, minute and a half, and get it nice and roasted at the medium flame. So till that time, what we are going to do next is put in the onions and the garlic. After that, we'll put in the mushrooms and let it be for a while till the mushroom is cooked. Then comes the main part, the tofu. It should be a scrambled tofu, so let me just show you what it looks like. This is your scrambled tofu. Done by hand, it should be extra firm or firm. So this is your tofu, and I think our cumin seeds, oh yeah, I'm getting the nice aroma. So this is the right time to put in your onions and your garlic. So in goes the onion. Let's mix it around. It will get its own water. If it sticks a little bit, just lower the flame and let it get nice. You can smell the thing now. Okay. Along with this, we shall now put in the garlic. Just about 1 or 2, and that is about a half a teaspoonful of garlic. Minced garlic. Oh boy, look at that. Amazing. Let the onions be a little translucent before we put in the mushrooms. Here are your mushrooms, about 2 cups of mushrooms. You take a whole solid block of tofu, then 2 cups of mushrooms should be fine. So we let it go in now. It is done. And now let this cook for a while. This is going to be great. Excellent. This will take a little while because your mushrooms should be cooked before we put in the tomatoes. A lot of people don't use tomatoes. I like to put in tomatoes because it gives a little tangy taste and antioxidants and your vitamins, your lycopene, all this is there in the tomatoes. So, and it does taste great. This is, most of the recipes you will see online will not have tomatoes in a scrambled tofu. But this is what I do. So let it cook for a while till I see the mushrooms getting cooked. So in the meantime, I would also like to tell you that what we are going to do today as far as a smoothie is concerned, we are going to do an acai, banana, mango, peach smoothie. And we shall talk about it as soon as we finish this, and then we shall go ahead. But let me just tell you the ingredients till the mushrooms are getting cooked. We've got about the acai berries, the mango, frozen acai berries, frozen mango pieces, frozen peach pieces, 1 ripe banana, non-dairy yogurt, overnight soaked chia seeds. It's important. It should be overnight soaked so that it gives a little substance to your smoothie. And finally, I have added a tablespoon or so of silky tofu so that your smoothie can also have high protein if you are just going to have the smoothie. And then 1/2 to 1 cup or 3/4 of a cup of almond milk or any non-dairy milk. So let's put all that together after we have done this. So here I can see, mushrooms are almost done. So we can now add in our tomatoes. And here we are. Can you see this? And we let the tomatoes go in. And now you get a little water comes out from the tomatoes, but that's okay. Let's let it be as it is. And we have now to put in the tofu, the main ingredient. And then we shall let it cook for a while. So here is your scrambled tofu. In goes your tofu. Let me tell you a little story about the scrambled tofu. Some 3 or 4 years back, during New Year's Eve, I had 2 or 3 couples who were going to stay the night over, New Year's Eve night, and I promised them a scrambled eggs the next morning. And they were all very excited. And what I did was, instead of the eggs, I used tofu. At that time, I had used a little oil, spray of oil. And this does not have any oil. And the next morning when I gave it to them, when I called them in for breakfast, it was finger licking. And they said, wow, we have never tasted scrambled eggs that good. And I turned around and I said, it wasn't scrambled eggs, it was tofu. Then you had one other person who had the audacity to turn around and say, oh, no wonder it didn't taste that good. So, you see, you can do any of these plant-based dishes, Now you can make it gourmet. So, let this cook for a while. We'll cover it up after we put in our paprika, smoked paprika, and the turmeric. Be a little careful about turmeric because it may get a little bitter. So we got to be careful about that. I use my hand. Here it is. It also gives a great color. Wow. A little more. There it is. I sometimes also use nutritional yeast, but not now. This color is already there and it is looking great. I'm going to mix it well. And finally, a little more. And there is no harm, and I don't understand why people do not taste it. You're going to eat it, your family is going to eat it, taste the food, and see if everything is okay, or if you put too much or too little. So here it is. I am going to let that be now and taste the food. So, with your hands, perfect. What it needs now is salt and pepper. And let it cook a little bit. So here goes the pepper. This is your choice, as much as you want. I think I would like to have a little more paprika, not the turmeric. So let me get the paprika and get my spoon and add a little for little zest. And finally we shall put salt. If you have a diet that does not allow you to use salt, then don't use salt. But otherwise, I use salt in this. Very sparingly, but still. So that's it. Now just cover it up, let it cook for a while, till you start seeing the tofu slightly get brownish. So let's cover this up, keep it a lower flame, and let it cook. So now let's start with the toasting. So I'm just going to toast the bread. I like it nice and toasty. So you put the bread to toast, which should take about roughly about say 5 minutes. So in the meantime, let's see if this is done. Oh boy. We are going to scoop the tofu onto the toasted whole grain Acai bread. So here it goes. can you imagine? You got the mushrooms, you got the protein with the tofu, and this is your toasted with the tofu. And let's do the second one. Spoon up the looking good. Okay, so here it is. So in the meantime, what we can do is we can start with our smoothie. Now we go ahead with the smoothie. So this smoothie, as I talked before, is acai banana mango peach smoothie. What we are going to do is, the ingredients will be, again, let me tell you, acai berry, then you have the mango pieces, you have the peach, frozen. Acai berry, mango, and peaches are all frozen. Then I have the almond milk yogurt, silken tofu, which I will be using at the end. That gives a lot of protein power, plus it'll make the smoothie a little more thicker. And we have finally the almond milk. So these are the ingredients, and let me now tell you what we are going to do and put it in a blender. So let's first start putting a little bit of acai berry frozen. Then we should put in the peaches frozen, frozen mango pieces will go in next. Here they are. Okay. Banana, about half, or even you can take one, depending on how sweet you want your smoothie to be and regarding the consistency. So we put the banana in. I need to finally put in a tablespoonful of yogurt, or even a little more would do. Say 1.5 tablespoons of yogurt, which is your almond milk yogurt, dairy free. And I would like to now put in the silken tofu. The silken tofu will give the consistency as well as the protein. So a tablespoon, or a little more, maybe 1.5, it goes in. And finally what we have is the milk. Now if you want the consistency less, then you could put less milk, or if you want the consistency to be a little bit more liquidy, then you put in a little more milk. I put about 1/2 cup and see how it is, maybe a little more. Okay, and see how it does. Where is the cover? Here is the cover. Okay. I put it in the blender. I use Vitamix, and I first let it go slow at about 5. You see the consistency, it is okay. Otherwise, I may put in a little. I think it is okay. I think it is perfect. So I'm not going to put a bananas or extra tofu or anything like that. So my consistency, as you can see, I don't know whether you can see this, but it is looking really good. Can you see the consistency? Okay, I'm going to pour this. Oh, it has come beautiful. Excellent. Just the way I like it. So here we are with the 2 cups of my glasses of the smoothies. Now remember, all you have to do is, if you felt that this was too thick, you could have put in a little water or almond milk. If you felt that it was too thin, then you could have put in a little banana in it or a little more yogurt. But I guess this consistency has come out very well, and so bon appetit. Let's go ahead.